All right, getting ready for Dreamforce, are we? Well, you've come to the right place. We're about to unpack some serious survival tips, especially if this is, your first time at this rodeo.
Definitely a good idea to come prepared.
Oh, yeah. We're diving deep into tips for Dreamforce newbies. It's like having a seasoned Dreamforce veteran whispering all the secrets in your ear. No more newbie jitters, right?
Exactly.
Before we get into the nitty-gritty, though, I always like to make sure everyone's on the same page. So for anyone who might be new to the whole Salesforce world, can you give us a quick rundown of what this Salesforce ecosystem thing is all about?
Think of it like a massive network. People, businesses, technologies, all connected through this shared love for Salesforce.
Like a giant family reunion, but for Salesforce fans.
Yeah, kinda. There are individual users, developers, huge companies, partners, everyone learning and growing together.
So it's not just about the software itself, it's about the whole community that surrounds it.
You got it. It's a pretty amazing thing to be a part of, actually.
Now, getting back to our article, it really stresses the importance of planning. Which
Yeah.
might sound kind of funny at first, right? You're going to a giant conference. Shouldn't it be all about just soaking it all in?
Well, Dreamforce is massive, with so much going on at once. Thousands of sessions, workshops, keynotes. It's easy to get lost in the excitement.
Makes sense. So, like, what kind of planning should people be doing beforehand?
Well, you got to know your goals, right? Why are you going to Dreamforce? Do you want to pick up some specific skills, network with potential clients, see what the latest innovations are?
Figure out your why, then plan around it.
Exactly. Otherwise, it's like wandering around a new city with no map.
Speaking of wandering around, there was this one tip in the article that caught my eye. Comfortable shoes. I gotta admit, I chuckled a bit when I first read it.
Oh, it's not a joke. Trust me.
Yeah, I bet.
You'll be doing a ton of walking at Dreamforce. You've got multiple venues, sessions all over the place.
Like a marathon, not a sprint, right?
Exactly. You got to pace yourself both physically and mentally, or you'll burn out fast.
Comfortable shoes. Check. Now, what about the people? The article makes Dreamforce sound super friendly and approachable, even encouraging first-timers to, like, put themselves out there and talk to people.
It's true. Dreamforce has this incredibly collaborative spirit. Everyone's there to learn from each other, share their experiences.
So it's okay to be a little awkward, especially if you're not naturally, like, a super outgoing person.
Oh, totally. Just strike up a conversation. You'd be surprised how easy it is to connect with people.
Even if you're not, like, a networking pro.
Even then, it's all about building relationships, right?
Mm-hmm.
Getting to know the folks in the Salesforce world. You never know what opportunities might come up just from chatting with someone new.
Makes you think twice about skipping those coffee breaks, huh?
Yes.
Every interaction could be a potential game changer.
Exactly. And speaking of game changers, have you ever been to one of those legendary Dreamforce after-hours events?
Oh, you mean the ones everyone keeps raving about? Concerts, parties, all that jazz.
Those are the ones. They're not just about blowing off steam after a long day of learning, though. They're prime networking opportunities, too.
Oh, interesting. So you're telling me I can rock out to some awesome music and make valuable connections at the same time.
That's the beauty of Dreamforce. Business and pleasure all rolled into one.
I gotta admit, it's pretty appealing. But with so much going on, I'd probably be tempted to hit up every single event, which sounds, well, exhausting.
It definitely can be. Remember what we said about pacing yourself. Pick and choose the events that genuinely interest you and fit your energy levels. You want to enjoy the experience without completely burning out, right?
Okay, so choose wisely. Don't try to do everything. Makes sense.
Exactly. It's all about making Dreamforce work for you.
Now, the article also mentioned something about a Dreamforce app. Is that like a must-have for navigating this whole thing?
Oh yeah, the app is your lifeline. Think of it as a personal guide to the entire event.
Intriguing. Tell me more.
Okay, so you can browse the sessions, create your schedule, get real-time updates, and even find your way around those massive venues.
So it's like having a Dreamforce GPS right in your pocket.
You got it. And I'd recommend getting familiar with it before you even arrive in San Francisco. That way you can, hit the ground running.
All right, so download the app, learn the ropes beforehand, check. But with literally thousands of things happening, how do you even begin to choose what to prioritize? I mean, where do you even start?
Well, I always say the keynote sessions are a must-do. That's where Salesforce unveils all the latest and greatest, shares its vision for the future.
So it's kind of like getting a sneak peek into the future of Salesforce.
Yeah.
Straight from the source.
Exactly. Plus, the energy in those keynotes is electric. Thousands of people all excited about the future of technology. It's something else.
Okay, keynotes are definitely going on the list. Now, what about the Dreamforce Expo? I've heard that's a pretty big deal.
Oh, the expo is awesome. It's like a giant showcase for Salesforce partners and products, live demos, the latest features, innovative tools. You can wander around, talk to the experts, and really see how companies are using Salesforce to, you know, transform their businesses.
Sounds like a playground for Salesforce enthusiasts.
It kind of is. And it's another great opportunity for networking. You're surrounded by Salesforce pros from all walks of life.
So it's like a giant networking event, but with a side of learning and innovation?
Exactly. You got it.
Okay, keynotes, the expo. Now let's talk about sessions. There are so many to choose from, it's kind of mind-boggling. How do you even begin to narrow it down?
It can be overwhelming, that's for sure. But remember those goals we talked about earlier? This is where they come in handy. Use the agenda builder in the app to filter sessions by topic, industry, product, even speaker.
Ah, so it's like having a personalized Dreamforce curator right in your pocket. Pretty cool.
Right. And don't be afraid to think outside the box. Choose some sessions that might not be directly related to your current role. You never know what you might learn or what new doors might open.
I love that. Embrace the unexpected, right?
Exactly. It's all about expanding your horizons. Oh, and another tip. Look for sessions that are interactive. Workshops, demos, stuff where you can actually get hands-on experience.
So not just sitting and listening, but actually doing stuff.
Yeah. The more you can engage with the material, the more you'll learn and retain.
Makes sense. It's like, would you rather just read about how to ride a bike, or would you rather hop on one and try it yourself?
Exactly. Experience beats theory every time.
Okay, keynotes, the expo, interactive sessions, anything else our first-timers should keep in mind? Any other pearls of wisdom?
Actually, there's one more thing that's super important, maybe even the most important. Mindset.
Ooh, I like where this is going. Tell me more.
Dreamforce is amazing, but it can be a lot to take in. So go in with the right mindset, be open to new ideas, willing to step outside your comfort zone.
Embrace the chaos.
Embrace the learning, be curious, ask questions, challenge yourself. Dreamforce is as much about the people as it is about the sessions.
So it's not just about absorbing information, it's about engaging with the whole community.
Exactly. Which brings us to another key aspect of Dreamforce, networking.
Ah, yes, the art of schmoozing. Now, for someone who might be a little introverted or just new to the whole networking thing, any tips?
Don't overthink it. Remember, everyone at Dreamforce has something in common. A love for Salesforce.
Okay, so use that as the starting point.
Exactly. Ask people about their role, their company, what they're hoping to get out of Dreamforce.
Find those common threads and go from there.
Exactly. And don't forget to share your own experiences and insights, too. You never know who you might connect with or what opportunities might come up.
It's amazing how many people have found their dream jobs or, landed huge deals just from striking up a conversation at Dreamforce.
It happens all the time. But remember, networking isn't just about collecting business cards. It's about building genuine relationships.
So quality over quantity.
Exactly. Focus on having a few meaningful conversations rather than trying to talk to everyone in the room.
Okay, solid advice. But let's be real for a second. Dreamforce is also known for its parties, like legendary parties.
Oh, yeah, the parties are definitely a highlight.
But how do those fit into the whole networking picture?
Well, those parties are more than just a chance to let loose. They're also a fantastic way to connect with people in a more relaxed setting.
So it's like networking with a side of music and dancing.
Exactly. You can let your guard down, build camaraderie, and strengthen those connections you made during the day. Plus, you never know who you might bump into. You could end up chatting with a Salesforce executive or a big industry leader over a plate of appetizers.
Wow, now that's what I call networking goals. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground. Pre-planning, pacing yourself, keynotes, the expo, interactive sessions, mindset, and of course networking, both during the day and at those epic after-hours events. Anything else we need to cover?
Actually, there's one crucial piece of the puzzle we haven't talked about yet. What happens after Dreamforce?
Right. You don't just go home and forget everything you learned, do you? The real work starts when the conference ends. You're totally right. What's the point of soaking up all this Dreamforce goodness if you don't actually do something with it?
Exactly. It's all about turning that inspiration into action.
So what's the secret sauce? How do you make sure the learning doesn't stop when you get back to, real life?
Well, first things first, take some time to reflect.
Okay, so journal about my Dreamforce experience, get all those thoughts out of my head.
Yeah, go through your notes, jot down any key takeaways, Think about how you can apply those insights to, your current projects or your future goals.
So it's like downloading all that Dreamforce knowledge and then figuring out how to integrate it into your everyday routine.
Exactly. And don't forget about all those awesome connections you
Oh
make.
yeah, the people. What's the best way to follow up with everyone without being too pushy?
Just be genuine. Reach out to your new contacts, send personalized messages, remind them of your conversation. You could even share an article or resource you think they'd find valuable.
So it's not just about sending a generic "it was nice to meet you" email.
No, it's about showing them that you actually listened and that you're interested in building a real connection.
And of course, don't forget to share all that amazing Dreamforce knowledge with your team back at the office.
Oh, yeah. Spread the inspiration. The more people you can share those insights with, the bigger impact Dreamforce will have on your whole organization.
It's like a ripple effect. Right?
Exactly. Dreamforce is about so much more than just individual learning. It's about elevating the entire Salesforce community.
It's funny. As we're talking, I'm realizing there's this common thread running through all of this.
What's that?
Collaboration. It's like collaboration is baked into the DNA of Dreamforce, from the sessions and workshops to the networking events and even the post-event follow-up.
You're absolutely right. Dreamforce is all about coming together to learn, share, and build the future of Salesforce. It's that collaborative spirit that makes it so unique.
Well said. All right, any final words of wisdom for our first-time Dreamforce attendees? Any last-minute nuggets of advice?
Let's see. Go in with an open mind, a curious heart, and be ready for anything. Dreamforce is an adventure. The more you embrace that, the more rewarding it will be.
Love it. Oh, and don't forget those comfy shoes.
Oh,
Seriously.
yeah, absolutely. Happy Dreamforcing.
All right, listener, that wraps up our deep dive into Dreamforce tips for first-timers. We've covered a lot of ground, but remember, this is just the beginning of your journey. Dreamforce is an experience you create for yourself. So get out there, explore, connect, and discover everything this incredible event has to offer. And most importantly,
Have fun.
have fun. You heard it here first, folks. Dreamforce is a celebration of all things Salesforce, so make the most of it. Looking back at everything we talked about today, what really stands out to me is this, overwhelming sense of community at Dreamforce.
It's true. It's more than just a conference. It's a gathering of passionate people who believe in the power of technology to, make a difference in the world.
It's like a giant family reunion, but for Salesforce enthusiasts.
Yeah.
Everyone's there to learn from each other, support each other, and inspire each other.
Exactly. And that energy is contagious. You can feel it everywhere you go. It's all about possibilities and potential.
So, as you get ready for your first Dreamforce, remember this. You're not just attending an event, you're joining a movement.
You're becoming part of a community of innovators and changemakers who are using Salesforce to transform businesses and shape the future.
And who knows, with the right attitude and a little bit of preparation, maybe you'll be the one inspiring others next year.
That's the magic of Dreamforce. The inspiration never ends.
All right, listener, get ready to learn, connect, and be inspired. Your Dreamforce adventure awaits. Yeah, you invest all this time and energy. Got to make it count, right?
Definitely. Dreamforce is just the starting point. It's what you do with it afterward that really matters.
So how do you turn all those aha moments into tangible results? What's the secret?
Well, I always say start by taking a step back.
Take a step back.
Yeah. Reflect on the experience. Go through your notes. Think about what really resonated with you and, how you can use those insights to move forward.
Process everything before jumping into action.
Exactly. And don't forget about all those connections you made. Those are valuable too.
Oh, yeah. All those business cards I collected.
Yeah.
So what's the best way to follow up without, coming across as too eager?
Just be authentic. Remind them where you met, maybe something specific you talked about. And hey, if you come across an article or resource you think they'd find helpful, share it with them.
So it's all about nurturing those relationships.
Exactly. It's not just a one-time thing. And of course, don't forget to bring all that knowledge back to your team.
Share the Dreamforce love.
Right. The more you can share what you learned and experienced, the more valuable Dreamforce becomes for everyone.
It's amazing how much this whole Dreamforce thing is about, working together.
It really is. Collaboration is at the heart of everything Dreamforce.
So it's more than just learning. It's about learning together.
You got it. It's a collective effort to push the boundaries of what's possible with Salesforce.
Well said. Any final words of wisdom for those about to embark on their first Dreamforce adventure?
I'd say go in with an open mind, a willingness to learn, and most importantly, have fun.
Have fun. I like it. It's a celebration, right?
Absolutely. Soak it all in and enjoy the ride.
All right, listener, that wraps up our deep dive into Dreamforce for first-timers. Hope you're feeling a little less intimidated and a lot more excited to experience everything this incredible event has to offer. Remember, it's all about embracing the journey, connecting with others, and of course, having a blast along the way. So go forth, learn, grow, and most importantly, Dreamforce your heart out.
Yeah, Dreamforce on.